So, here we go. The refresh rate of display is the number of times per second measured in hertz that the display will update with new information. The benefits are simple. With old CRT, two monitors having high refresh rate was critical because it reduced the perceptible flicker and improved user comfort. Because of LCD and OLED displays don't quite work the same way. The big remaining benefit is that as long as the source material is running at high enough frame rate, your eyes will receive more updates per second, resulting in a smoother moving image. Kind of like what you are looking at right now. The drawbacks are a bit more complicated. To send images per second, we need to send more data, which means faster interconnections and higher quality cable solutions. But there's more for video capture and creation. We need faster processors and more storage space to work with higher frame rate content. And for gaming, we need much powerful graphics card to even render the scene fast enough to get any benefit. Otherwise, high refresh display will simply display the same image over and over as long as it's waiting for a new one. But who cares? I heard the human eye can only see a maximum of 24 frames per second. Anyway, otherwise, how do movies look so smooth when they run at 24 frames per second? Movies look smooth because motion blur gives that miraculous brain of yours the hints it needs to fill in the gaps. Not because your eyes can't perform any better. Well, hold on. My game supports motion blur. Same difference, right? No, not at all. In games, motion blur is not natural. Side effect of the way that light is captured on a camera sensor or film strip. It looks unnatural, and for that it adds more latency between the input of the user and the action showing up on the screen, which makes the control feel less responsive. Another factor that affects the perceived smoothness of an image, especially an interactive one. But you don't need to take my word for it. It isn't new information here. An article from 2001, like back when internet was text, that addressed this issue pretty well. I thought the way your eyes work is more complicated than frames per second. They are designed to perceive motion changes in light levels and even certain color. They are designed to perceive motion changes in light levels and even certain colors better than others. Further complicating the matter, sensitivity will vary from person to person. So really, measuring the performance of your eyes in images per second is like measuring the tastefulness of a bowl of carton dinner. So really, measuring the performance of your eyes in frames per second is like measuring the tastefulness of a bowl of craft dinner in, I don't know, rupees. Okay, fine. But the point is that representing the real world limit isn't just as simple as one number, and we plain don't know how to quantify in simple terms. What we do know, however, is that if it was a simple number, it sure heck wouldn't be 24 frames per second or 30 or even 60. If that were true, then surely no one would notice that the higher frame rate to 40 FPS version of The Hobbit looks weirdly smooth, right? Also, this trick where I easily picked out at 120 Hz display versus a 60 Hz monitor 100% of the times would be impossible. Also, those 960 Hz clear motion TVs at the store would be snake oil, then, right? Well, those actually are kind of snake oil. They are using predictive algorithms to make like fake or tweener frames and playing around with the backlight refresh tricks to increase the frame rate that you perceive. But it still reinforces my point that your eyes aren't that simple. Don't fight it. While filmmakers and cinema goers still need to work with each other to figure out what's the best format for their future. But for gamers, we need to be united under one banner and ask for more until we reach the upper limit of what we can perceive. And it sure isn't 20 or 30 FPS, because if it was, the image wouldn't offend anyone, since they probably wouldn't see it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a like and also don't forget to subscribe.